to move around.
Well, thank you. I took it that way.
Okay, that's all that
Drive
matters.
somewhere.
So you got two articles you're impeaching me with? Show me some peaches, because I like peaches.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call the January 20th, 2020 work session to order, or city council meeting to order. If everyone would please rise for the pledge of allegiance to the flag and remain standing after the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today we remember Martin Luther King Jr., who was tragically killed way too early in his life. So today, let us celebrate his life, and we honor his legacy that he left for all of us. He worked to help liberate us from the evils of segregation and hate. And he taught us how to continue to dream. So in his memory of a life taken way too early, and for all of the things he did for all of us in regards to civil rights, I would ask for a moment of silence in his memory. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Ray Solomon.
Here.
Glenn Conklin.
Present.
Scott Dyke.
Here.
John Verche.
Here.
Barbara Scolaire.
Here.
Claudia Gazal.
Here.
Tina Oberlin.
Present.
Marco Coli Petro. Nate Albert.
Here.
Joe Kubal.
Here.
Okay, for the record, I did receive a phone call from Alderman Cola DiPietro this afternoon. He is unable to be here this evening, so he is excused. You have before you the minutes of the city council meeting held on January 6, 2019. Motion would be in order.
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Albert, seconded by Alderwoman Scolaire for the minutes of the city council meeting held on January 6, 2019. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
2020.
2020, right. Roll call.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Barbara Scolaire.
Yes.
Motion carries.
And you have before you the minutes of the work session held on January 13, 2020. Motion would be in order.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderman Albert for the minutes of the work session held on January 13, 2020. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Barbara Scolaire.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, we do not have a business promotion this evening. To our city attorney, Chris Spacia. Any reports tonight, Chris?
I do not have a report.
Any questions of our city attorney?
Well, I'm not sure who this question goes to, but these documents have the wrong zip code on them. City of Crest Hill, they have a 60446. Might want to get that fixed. That's not Crest Hill.
Any other questions? Okay, thanks, Chris. Moving on to our Assistant City Administrator, Megan Flower. Good evening, Megan.
Good evening, Mayor. I have no items for you this evening.
Any questions of Assistant City Administrator? Thank you. Public Works Department, our Director of Public Works, Mr. Tom Meggetts. Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have nothing on the agenda this evening, although I would like to commend staff for some of their recent efforts. 2 weeks ago, we had a water main break that happened shortly after the day ended, and several members of the crew worked overnight until the wee hours of the morning to fix that. And then also, on Friday and Saturday last week, we had a significant snow event that dealt with snow, freezing rain, slush, freezing conditions, and ice. And all members of the staff handled that very well, including the need to monitor and maintain the sewage treatment plants to prevent any undue issues there. So all the staff have responded very well for these significant events that have come up recently. I'd just like to commend them for their efforts and actions.
And I would like to echo that also. It was a very strange storm for the middle of January. I think there was more rain than people had realized that had come down, and then with the melting of the snow, and then with the cold temperatures that froze everything. So hats off to all the members of the Public Works Department and the Police Department. I know they wrote several citations in regards to parking on the streets, and I will reiterate to everybody that after 2 inches of snowfall, the entire city becomes a snow route. So we ask that you please cooperate with us so we can have the vehicles removed from the streets, so then our snowplows can get by and get curb to curb clean. And the reason that we were so insistent this time was because we knew that the cold weather was coming, and with the snow that was left on the street from the cars that had not moved, that it was going to freeze, and it has become a problem now. But other than those vehicles that remain, everything else went very well. So hats off to everybody.
Thank you.
Any questions or comments?
I would just like to thank you and your department. I got a lot of positive comments and very happy, not all from the Women's Civic League, just residents about the signs and how beautiful they look. So thank you for getting those up. I'm very happy that the Women's Civic League is finally getting its recognition. So thank you and your crew for that.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Mayor.
Moving on to Community Development Department, Scott McMaster was sick today, so he was not here. The reports are in your packet. He should be back tomorrow if you have any questions. Moving on to our Police Department, our Police Chief, Ed Clark. Good evening.
Evening, Mayor and
Ed.
Council. This evening I have before you a request to reference the K-9 program that we would like to start up at the Crest Police Department. Last work session last week, we spoke about some of the expenses that we're going to incur, obviously. The dog, which is a German Short-Hair Pointer, I'm purchasing it from Berwyn Police Department. And what Mr. Glasgow also spoke and kind of outlined what he was willing to help donate to us to get this program up and running. In your packet, you'll see the first bill on the first page. That one is Mr. Glasgow is going to pay the $11,785. That's his offices will pay that. There's also the bill for the insert for the vehicle, $54,6435. He's going to pay for that as well. He's also paying installation costs, which is about $2,200, and that should get us up and running. You'll see the third sheet that I gave you, which is $3,300. That's what we're going to have to pay annually moving forward to keep our certification, keep our state certification, and move on from there. I'm going to be having interviews here later this week with prospective handlers and make a decision there very shortly after. We're going to try and get this up and running as quickly as possible. A lot will hinge on what we can do as far as getting the equipment in the vehicle set and everything moving forward. But just asking your permission this evening to go ahead and move forward with this
So
program.
moved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Oberlin, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal for the purchase and implementation of K-9 program for the Crest Hill Police Department. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
John Burchett.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Barbara Scoler.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much. Your report is in your packet, and I will entertain any questions.
Questions of the police chief? Well, I would like to say, first of all, thank you to our Will County State's Attorney Jim Glasgow and his office for their very generous contributions for the K-9 program. We did, State's Attorney Glasgow was here last Monday night at the work session, and we went into depth with the dog and all of the materials that are needed for the implementation of that program. But without his assistance, it would have been difficult. So we certainly appreciate that. I think this will be a tremendous benefit to the city of Crest Hill. It will not be a bite dog. It's going to be a sniff dog, I think they call it, and will be used.
Single purpose, yeah.
Single purpose, right. It'll be used in a lot of the school situations, the events, But a lot of the work will be done with our children in the schools. So I think it's going to be a great addition to the city of Crest Hill.
I have one more thing to add,
Sure.
Mayor, if I will. I also spoke with the Crest Lions Club, and they generously agreed to donate $2,500 to help with the initial startup expenses for the dog. So it was such a great and nice thing for them to do, so I'm very appreciative on behalf of the police department.
Well, that was another generous donation from the Lions Club. And it's been, what, 15 or so years since we have,
Longer than that.
longer than that, probably closer to 20,
Yes,
since we had the canine bite dog,
correct.
long time ago. So, okay, any other comments or questions of the police chief? All right, thanks, Ed.
Thank you.
Moving on to the mayor's report, I have 2 agenda items this evening. The first one I have is a proclamation commemorating the city of Crest Hill for School Choice Week. I believe we will begin with the reading of that with Alderman Dyke this evening.
A proclamation commemorating the City of Crest Hill School Choice Week, whereas all children in the City of Crest Hill should have access to the highest quality education possible, and
Whereas the city of Crest Hill recognizes the important role that an effective education plays in preparing all students in the city of Crest Hill to be successful adults, and
Whereas quality education is critically important to the economic vitality of the city of Crest Hill, and
Whereas the city of Crest Hill is home to a multitude of excellent education options from which parents can choose for their children, and
Whereas educational variety not only helps to diversify our economy, but also enhances the vibrancy of our community, and whereas our area has many high-quality teaching professionals who are committed to educating our children, and
Whereas School Choice Week is celebrated across the country by millions of students, parents, educators, schools, and organizations to raise awareness of the need for effective educational options.
Now therefore, I, Raymond R. Solomon, by virtue of powers vested in me as mayor of the city of Crest Hill, along with members of city council, do hereby designate January 26, 2020 through February 1st, 2020 as the City of Crest Hill School Choice Week in the city of Crest Hill, Illinois. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the corporate seal of the city of Crest Hill this 20th day of January 2020.
Motion would be in order.
so moved.
second.
Motion by Alderman Verche, seconded by Alderman Dyke for a proclamation commemorating the City of Crest Hill School Choice Week. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Barbara Scoler.
yes.
Claudia Gazal.
yes.
Tina Oberlin.
yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you for your support with that proclamation. We do value education in the city of Crest Hill. We have passed that proclamation for the last several years, and a copy of that proclamation will be sent tomorrow to the organization. Next on the agenda is an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances for the city of Crest Hill regarding alcoholic beverages. This was discussed at last Monday night's work session. This is with the closing of the Spot Lounge at 802 Theodore Street. We need to reduce the number of Class A, which are tavern licenses in the city of Crest Hill, from 7 to 6. Motion would be in order.
So moved.
Second,
We have a motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderwoman Scolaire, for an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinance for the city of Crest Hill regarding alcoholic beverages. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
John Verche.
Yes,
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Barbara Scoler.
yes.
Motion carries. Ordinance number is 1836.
Thank you for that. I would entertain any questions that anyone would have of the mayor. Moving on to our city clerk's report, our city clerk, Vicki Hackney. Good evening, Vic.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have no items on the agenda this evening. Any questions the clerk's office, I'd be happy to answer.
Questions of city clerk? Thank you.
Thank you, Ray.
City treasurer's report, our treasurer, Glenn Conklin. Good evening, Glenn.
Good evening. Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'd like to report our regular and overtime payroll from December 23rd, 2019 through January 5th of 2020 in the amount of $251,833.86. I seek seek a motion on the approval of our list of bills in the amount of $850.31.
So moved as presented.
Second.
Motion by Alderwoman Oberlin, seconded by Alderwoman Sclare for the approval of the list of bills. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Barbara Scoler.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you all. I'd answer any questions I can if you have any.
Any questions of City Treasurer?
Thank you and good night.
Thank you. Moving on, unfinished business. We have nothing on the agenda. Anyone? Nothing under new business. Anyone? Committee liaison reports. Anyone? City council comments. Positive city council comments. Anything you'd like to share with your constituents? We'll begin with Ward 3, Alderwoman Oberlin this evening.
Well, I'm not sure if people are aware of this or not, and I stumbled upon it when I was looking for cables for my TV. But on Amazon Smile, which is part of Amazon Prime, if you have it, you're able to sign up to donate portions to good causes. And Family Outreach here in Crest Hill is one of those on there. So it may not seem like a lot, 20 cents here, 50 cents here, but it does add up when collectively everybody donates. So if you do have Amazon Prime, and you go in there and go to Amazon Smile, under there you can choose the Family Outreach Program as your beneficiary of your donations. And it doesn't cost you anything except a few minutes, so.
Ward 4, Alderman Albert.
Nothing at this time, Mayor.
Alderman Kubal.
Nothing to add, Mayor.
Ward 2, Alderwoman Gazal.
Well, Tom, I just want to tell you, good job on snow plowing. If you can pass that along to everyone. I also want to thank the Lions for their generous donation. That's a very good donation. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Mayor.
Alderwoman Sclare.
Nothing this evening.
Ward 1, Alderman Verche.
Nothing at this time.
Alderman Dyke.
Nothing this evening, Mayor.
Okay. Public comment. Anyone would like to address City Council? Need to step to the podium, state your name for the record. Your address is optional.
Bring your coffee.
To our Assistant City Administrator, is there a need for an executive session?
No, there's not, Mayor.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion for an adjournment by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderman Verche. Roll call, please.
Barbara Scoler.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Meeting is adjourned at 7:18 PM. I thank you and good evening.